All right, is everybody prepared to go?
Oh yeah.
Nick, how do you feel about snickerdoodles?
Snickerdoodles.
Indeed, tasty.
All right, you're good. Indeed, tasty and good.
I'd rather
Tasty
have
and
the what were they? The pecan sandies.
Pecan
from Rena.
sploogies.
Pecan sploogies.
Ooh.
W name though. W name on that one. Welcome back, everybody, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We are back once again, and we're going to start off with some congratulatory statements for Mr. Patrick Marleau. He has tied Gordie Howe's games played record, 1,767. He did that tonight, or he is probably currently doing that tonight against the Wild. And, is very likely, knock on wood, that he beats it. Because he's still
How
kicking.
about that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's kind of a nutty. That's kind of a nutty record to get to. That's a lot
He's
of
definitely
frickin'
one of
games.
the guys that are still around in the league. That's probably the highest up on my list of God. I wish he got a cup territory.
That's why I wanted
some point.
That's why I wanted the Sharks to win. I was like, come
Yeah.
on, Sharks! Imagine he goes back after all those years and then wins one. That'd just be sweet.
Yeah.
You
Don't know
don't
if that's
want
gonna happen.
you don't want Jumbo Joe to win.
Nah, fuck Joe. Fuck Joe. he chose the wrong team. He chose the wrong team.
Where is Patrick Marleau these days? Didn't he
San
get-
Jose.
Back in
I
San
think
Jose.
He's back in San Jose. Signed.
I mean,
as
he
a free
did. He
agent,
went
I think.
back in San Jose last year, got traded to Penguins in the deadline last year, and then he just went back to San Jose.
Short
for this
little
year.
stint. at the
Yeah.
Penguins.
Short little 5-game series they lost against the Habs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, because the deadline was right before all the
Yeah.
everything stopped. That's funny. All right, moving on. We're gonna quick get to a couple trades that we missed because we recorded the day before the deadline. There were a couple of the bigger
was
ones because
inevitable.
there was a lot that happened, but just a couple of
Yeah.
the bigger ones. So Taylor Hall went to the Boston Bruins. Once again, someone's buying Taylor Hall.
Hey, going into today, he had 2 goals in 3 games.
He's doing it. He's doing better there than he was in Buffalo.
He's already matched his Buffalo goals total.
He has.
Figure that one out.
He did pretty well against the Islanders. It was great.
Oh, is it that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He scored on my
Yeah.
goally.
Yeah.
But funny
I don't know.
thing.
I don't know if packaging in Lazar on that trade was a good idea for Buffalo, but
I think they
I would have
had to.
kept that body if I were them. They're kind of running out of players.
Yeah, something tells either they're
I don't know
dumb.
what
the
they're
guy
gonna
they
do
got-
after
or-
this.
what they
year.
got in return for him isn't he's not
So-
any better than Lazar.
Okay, so the trade, for anybody who doesn't know, it was Taylor Hall and Curtis Lazar from Buffalo to Boston, and Buffalo got back Anders Bjork and a 2021 second rounder.
So they lost a body. They can't do that
yeah,
right
they-
now with
they-
their team.
Yeah, that's not really what they should be doing. But the issue here, and they also retained 50% on Taylor Hall.
So what was the point of that Taylor Hall contract then?
The big $8 million one.
Yeah.
They wanted him, and that's
Expecting-
how much he wanted. That's
expecting
the
that
only
Buffalo
thing
was
that it
going
could
to
have
have a
been.
decent season too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they expected to be a dumpster fire.
Nobody did. Nobody expected them to be like this bad.
No. I didn't expect them to be particularly good.
Dude,
but
a
I
healthy
didn't
Jack
expect them
Eichel
to
and
be-
Taylor Hall.
Yeah, but to
I
your
like
point,
that.
Ben, I'm pretty sure Eichel's out for the rest of the season now.
He
I
is,
thought I
yep.
saw something the other day. So now they're down a center and they're down a body, right? So
It's not
Good.
good. It's not good. And
I
also,
don't know what it's gonna take to eventually I at this point it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, no, they need to fix this. Like for a while it'd be like, oh Buffalo.
yeah,
Like it would
it's-
just be like, okay, yeah, cool, you got a guaranteed few points in the Atlantic Division. But now it's just getting to the point where I'm like,
yeah, it's sad.
come on.
I think they're getting there's bright spots because I watched a game the other night when they played Washington and they were outplaying Washington. Like they were passing all
Interesting.
around, like really nice offensive zone time. They looked really good. So there's potential there. They just need to figure it out. Darlene, oh my God, Darlene in that game. Wow. That's the
He's a
first
good
time in a
player.
very
He's
long
just-
time that I've seen him do
yeah.
anything like that. He was going all around everyone.
He's
as
been
a
on a very
defense,
bad team.
Maybe
for a
Taylor
little bit.
Hall was a cancer on that team. Who knows?
Dude, Taylor Hall, whenever he goes to a team, they almost instantly suck. So yeah. But real quick, a funny tidbit. So Taylor Hall goes to Boston and Curtis Lazar. Anders Bjork comes to Buffalo. I think it was Tuesday night. They both scored in their games. Both Taylor Hall and Anders Bjork. So it was
Interesting.
kind of funny to see. And Bjork had an assist in that game as well. But anyway, the Leafs add even more. I think they had the busiest trade deadline of
They had a
any
big
team.
one. Yeah.
So they added Rittich, and this seemed like a cheap. This seemed cheap.
Which was right. They did it right after we wrapped up our
Yeah,
podcast.
it was
It
as I was
like,
editing.
20 minutes later.
As I was editing, it pops up on my phone. I'm like, you mother. But yeah, it only cost the Leafs a 2022 third rounder. So, pretty cheap for what's going to be hopefully a dependable third string, assuming Anderson can get back. Which that's only going to help them. And as far as I know, Rittich is capable of being a starter. Ish, like a 1A 1B situation. So that's another add to the Leafs. Leafs seem to really think this is their year with what they're doing. They're
going full send.
They're going full
Yeah.
send right now. The Lightning. This isn't a trade, but Stamkos is back on the LTIR.
Poor
He's
guy, man. He
frickin-
can't catch a break.
he's
He can't
frickin'
catch a break.
hurt
What happened?
Again,
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. So what happened?
Nobody could tell because it was like the play that it seemed to happen on, because this was back on April 8th. The play that it looked like it happened on, it was like he kind of stuttered a bit, but that was it. And then he dumped the puck in and then kind of slowly skated to the bench and then went to the locker room. I have no idea what he did. But it's lower body. It's some lower body injury. He's missing 10 games, 24-ish days. I would rather them just keep him out until the playoffs. Whatever the problem is, rehab it, really get it taken care of, and then bring him back for the playoffs. That's what I think. And that's what I hope they do. But
I mean, there's no denying they're gonna make it unless they lose every single game.
They're not, unless they start really throwing. They're pretty solidly up there.
Their team's good enough to at least even if they start to skid, they're still good enough to be within the top three. So.
Yeah, that fourth playoff spot in the Central right now is Nashville with 49 points. The Bolts right now are at 60.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they would have to really slide.
5.
Yeah.
With what, 15 games left or something like that?
It's around that. It
Not
might
a
even be
lot.
less.
Yeah.
I think it's less for some teams.
Some of
Maybe
the
for
teams
other
it's less,
teams.
yeah.
Tampa has 13 left.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Stamkos can't freaking stay healthy. I love the guy, but my days.
Yeah.
He's old.
Which is why
He's not.
forward.
He's not. That's the thing. He's not old. He's 30. Maybe
Looking
31
forward,
by now.
though, with the whole at this point coming up this year, I don't think you're gonna have that advantage of just being able to stash Kucherov's cap space on an IR again.
Yeah.
Going into this next season.
It's
so
a
I think,
disadvantage of not having him on the team, Ben.
well, yes, there is that, but it's gonna mean that Tampa's finally gonna actually have to
do something.
confront the whole cap
Yeah.
situation.
I still don't
And
see.
if you're talking about one contract going
Listen,
out, over
this is
the
a
other,
conversation we've had about 8,000 times in the past. We don't need to have it
know.
again.
We all know that the logical pick is Stammer, and we've said
Logically,
it
it's
every
Stamkos.
single time.
yeah, I just have to feel like at some point that's going to be the choice. Because
Here, plot twist: the Kraken take him in the draft, and he is the captain of their team.
They don't protect Stamkos.
I don't know
That
if I see that happening.
That would be a bad decision. But
So
I think
okay,
you
so
try to get somebody in return for Steven Stamkos.
oh yeah, I'm not. I that's why I said plot twist. Obviously, they're not going to do it. They got to get
Yeah.
something in return, right?
Yeah. Well, one of their unprotected players is going to go. I really feel like it's going to be Tyler Johnson. I think he'll be the one going to the Kraken, which that takes care of $5 million, but that's not all that much.
Maybe, but like, what do you know? What kinds of other like younger guys might be around the periphery?
Oh God, dude, it's. You think the Lightning used to have good young guys? They still do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like a team like Seattle could go for a Tyler Johnson, maybe, but like, why would you go for not that he's old, but why would you go for an older guy with a pretty steep contract if you could maybe peek around the edges of a team like Tampa that has good younger guys?
I mean, the only thing I can see is, unless I'm mistaken, Tyler Johnson is from Washington, the state of Washington.
Oh.
So he would be a guy coming home,
like that.
older guy. I could see him being the captain if he goes there and performs.
Because Vegas basically had Derek Englund as their de facto captain because he had made Vegas his like American home.
Yeah.
And it was the whole thing, even though he wasn't that awesome. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It very easily they could go for one of our young studs, which would be unfortunate. But
that's the other crazy thing. That's right around the corner.
Oh, it's like, July. Yeah, that's like a couple months.
Gonna be like we're gonna have playoffs, cup expansion draft
immediately.
It's gonna be a big shakeup.
I'm excited. I'm excited to buy my jersey, my Kraken.
Yeah, guys, Kraken jerseys. We gotta get them.
It depends on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to see who they actually take from Montreal before I go doing that. Hot take, if they actually take Jake Allen, I will get a Jake Allen Seattle Kraken jersey because I have low-key loved him this year, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. I basically anybody they take from the Lightning I'll do, unless it's some prospect I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
Yanni Gourde.
Oh God, I would get a Gourde jersey in a second. What a beast that guy is. All right, so we're gonna move on here. I don't think any of you would have seen this, but best and worst of the trade deadline.
I did not see it.
Does anybody have any picks they would like to throw out? I have a couple.
I want to start on this. So the Islanders, even though the Palmieri and Zajac trade, like on the surface, yes, it's like okay, yes, what they gave up and what they gained, like you take that any day. But like I'm really hoping it pans out over the course of the rest of the season and playoffs, because they both have scored a goal, but the Islanders have been on a little bit of a skid. Again, it's a whole team thing. I wouldn't blame two players. But that's up there. That's up there for me. One of the trades, and this is interesting, Devin Dubnyk to Colorado. That's See, I want to say, like, I really want that to be a good trade for Colorado, but Dubnyk has kind of had an time with the Sharks.
Yeah,
and I'm just hoping, like, please, Colorado, just stay healthy. That's the one thing. It's still making me nervous. So I wouldn't say
I don't hate him as like. Yeah, I don't hate him as like insurance and then backup at times kind of goalie. Like, I feel like he can still do some things, but if you end up having to use him for any prolonged period of time, it's probably not going to go well.
I actually have those same two for my best of the.
Really?
Of the thing, because the Palmieri and Zajac, they really needed to bring someone in after Lee went down. They really needed to bring somebody in to score. So mostly that's Palmieri, and then Zajac's just like a nice
insurance guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely up there for me too. The Dubnyk is my
Dubnyk. One. So Dubnyk, I actually really liked as well, just because. Okay. I mean, obviously, this is if all goes according to plan.
Yeah.
He won't play, but in case of like what happened last year, both your top two goalies go down.
It can happen.
You've got. I feel like he's one of the better third string choices out there.
So that's.
I feel like that's a good
third stringer. Is like okay, that's not not a bad thing.
I think that's.
I mean, Devin Dubnyk's debatably not a bad second string option either. Like
he's okay.
He's had a hard time the last year and a half.
Yeah. He's in a different. When he was in Minnesota though, like he was pretty good out there. Like he wasn't great, but he wasn't like atrocious either though.
He started well with them.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's also he's also been on a San Jose team. I haven't watched any Sharks hockey. I don't know if it's goaltending or if it's like the players, because usually, or if it's both, but usually it kind of falls to one or the other. Let me look at his stats for this year.
I think they're just all around not having an awesome time there.
I think you're right, Ben. I think it's a joint thing, because Martin Jones, like, I know he's got like not a great, like, he's statistically not playing great on his percentages, but like fantasy wise, he's actually a pretty good goalie right now. He's racked up a lot of points. He's actually got
just because they're getting filled in every night, so he's getting like 50 shot games.
Well, he's got a winning record as well.
Yeah. Oh wow! Yeah. Hey, Martin Jones. It's been a little bit since he's seen a winning record.
Winning record, although he and Dubnyk have the same save percentage of .899.
Yeah, but I think Jones has like 10 wins or something like that, 10 or 11.
He's got 15 wins, 11 losses, and then 2, I guess, OT losses. So yeah, I mean that's not bad. Like his like record is not bad, but his like goalie stats are very not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to your question on winners and losers of the draft.
Yeah.
Or the trade deadline. I mean, I think Toronto probably had a debatably a winning side of it.
They got a lot. They
did some stuff.
They just
with only subtracting Barabanov was like the only roster-ish player they lost.
Yeah.
And all of that.
That's pretty good, actually.
They did well. Yeah. They did well.
They added the stuff they needed to do or needed to solidify their issues, right? Or help.
I
think a team that lost it, that didn't do anything, it was Winnipeg. Like Winnipeg should have did something. They're like, if they're trying to go for it this year, which I don't think they'd like. I think every team's trying.
They're gonna give it a college try.
Like they don't like. I don't know. They don't seem like they're
of the Canadian
doing anything to try and make themselves better. Like they've got a pretty good team, but like I don't know. I would have expected them to add something there to try and like boost them up towards like the Toronto level, because they're behind them right now, right? So
yeah, they're right there though, and in the playoffs you can't.
Yeah, they've played pretty well with them most games, and like they found ways to stay in most games with Toronto. Like I could easily see Winnipeg.
It helps that you have a Vezina goalie. So
Connor Hellebuck is friggin' annoying.
Yeah.
Like that's what I found out this year.
USA.
Having to play Winnipeg, goddamn 8 or 9 or 7 or 8 times, is Connor Hellebuck is annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could easily see them being the Canadian team. I think it's going to be Winnipeg or Toronto is going to be the Canadian finalist.
That comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well that they didn't do a little bit more. But what I will say for the losers is, for the worst, I would say there was like for as far as like buyers, because there were a lot of people that sold and like, you know, they didn't really get a lot back for what they were selling. But as far as buyers, I would say Nashville. Nashville adds hot.
They grabbed Goodbranson.
Eric Goodbranson.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
I was gonna say I didn't want to talk about it. The Senators actually made a few moves right before the deadline. They shipped a couple of their older contracts off.
Yeah,
one of the guys
they got okay.
One of the they got rid of Coburn. They got rid of Goodbranson. They got rid of another defenseman.
Yeah, it was like 3
Montreal.
Mike Riley. No, they sent Mike Riley to Boston. They picked up Victor Mete from Montreal. Which
that's right.
Yeah, so I wasn't like
that wasn't a trade.
Mike Riley was a debatable one for me. I was like, he's been playing pretty good, but all the rest, I was like, okay, good. Especially Goodbranson, because we were talking about it last week. I was like, get that fucking guy out of here.
He can't play anything. Like he can't do anything. Unless they're playing the Habs, and then they made him look like fucking Norris caliber. But
Eric Norris.
Yeah.
Norris Goodbranson.
The Habs deadline, fucking.
Let's you talk about the Habs deadline, Ben. Vent to us. We will be your therapists, your 3-headed therapist.
It's weird because I'm not that sad, because like I don't think this team. I'm not convinced they're going to hold on to the playoff spot they have with the way they've been playing. 2, even if they do, what the fuck is this shit gonna do in the playoffs?
Oh, it's gonna get wrecked by whoever that top seed is, and it's gonna be bad.
They got shut out by Matt Murray tonight. So
Matt Murray!
I'm aware. I watched every minute of that. So like, in one sense, okay, yeah, I'm not that mad they didn't blow the doors off, because don't fucking do that for this team this year, whatever. But then in the same sense, Mark Bergevin is in on, like, he's all in. So his all in moves were John Merrill, and Eric Gustafsson.
Solid.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
I don't know why.
Power winger.
Benny, I will say that my Twitter feed was graced with John Merrill's amazing mullet.
Oh,
and
he seems like a very chill dude, and the hair is just legendary.
And the stash as well.
Like, they're coming in. I think they're going to start playing in games this week on their Western road trip. But the dumber part is, I know of the Habs decor, the two most likely people to sit out for those new additions are probably going to be Brett Kulak and Alexander Romanov, who have been the two best defensemen over the last week. But this team is so insistent on using the friggin' stay-at-home, tough back end, like fucking Shea Weber and Ben Sherratt and friggin' Edmondson, and Jeff Petrie just forgot how to play hockey. So like
now their best player isn't playing good.
Yeah.
And like, I gotta find it. I'm sorry, this is turning into an entire Habs tangent, but there was a stat I saw the other night about, because they've not had Gallagher for several games now.
Oh yeah, Benny, I saw this.
That's definitely not helping them.
Let me see. But there was like, somebody did a stat on like games while missing Gallagher over like the last few seasons. Where the fuck is it?
It was like 17 or 18 games.
It was horrendous.
And they've won like 3 of them. They won 3 in regulation, I think was the stat.
Yeah, it was so bad.
While he's looking this up, I thought I saw a tweet today. I can't remember if it was Eric Engels or something about Tyler Toffoli.
What about him?
So does Toffoli have 20 goals right now?
He hit 21 last night.
Nice.
Insane.
That's pretty good.
He's been one of the few bright spots. He basically single-handedly won that game last night with Armia's help.
I remember you shit on Toffoli, right, when we talked about them getting him.
I didn't shit on. I liked when the signing happened, and then he started a little slow in the season, and then I was like, hey, yeah, he's kind of. And then he started playing Vancouver, and then I was like,
He remembered. He like flashed back for the Vancouver practices when he would just wreck him.
But anyway, I'm just
Matt
kind
Murray
of
watched our podcast and then was like, I'm going to shut out the Habs tonight for you, Benny.
Well, no, it wasn't even hard for him.
No,
it didn't look like
that's the thing. Like,
it was 15 shots. 15 shots.
So the thing with Murray though, so Murray's been back for 2 games now, and he played like shit against Winnipeg a couple nights ago.
Also,
he gave up 3, and then he goes and shuts out the Habs the next night. But it's nice to see him back.
Also, Rick, it was the Sens that had 15 shots.
Oh, that was the other thing. That was Carey's first game back in 6 games, and it was Carey's first game back in 6 games. And
that's a lot. Yeah.
Was he hurt?
Ooh, yeah, he was hurt. Jake Allen had played 6 games in a row.
I didn't realize he was
hurt. And did not get like any support. But yeah, no, Carey just came back, and the second goal tonight against Ottawa, especially his 5-hole was like.
Dude, it was like a 6-hole.
Yeah, the young boys took him on tonight.
It wasn't good.
Dude, Josh Norris,
good.
Norris had 2 assists. Yeah,
with Kachuk as well.
I think their road trip coming up is they have Edmonton on Monday, I believe, and then they have a 3 in a row against Calgary. And if they lose all 3 of those, I think.
Oh, those are big. Those are big games right there.
Yeah.
And they have not been able to do a single damn thing against Markstrom this year. The game they won last night, they barely won. Calgary, no joke, had literally 4 posts in like 5 minutes in the second period.
I saw those highlights, dude. Insane.
Damn it!
And they were terrible. And then Jake Allen and 4 posts won them a game, and Tyler Toffoli. And then today they came out and did that against Ottawa.
That's upsetting.
I'm not convinced they stay in a playoff spot.
I can't believe how quick the cliff falling has been. You know?
Literally the only thing that's holding them in a playoff spot right now is the fact that they lost like 6 more games than anybody else in overtime. Like, you managed to get it there.
That extra point. Yeah. So, yeah, you make a good point, because if Calgary takes those 3 games against them, they'll jump that spot. And I think Ottawa's got some games to wrap up against Calgary too, and they've had Calgary's number all season, it seemed like. So
that could be the Habs saving grace.
You're picking to have Ottawa sneak in. Could potentially happen.
No. Ottawa is going to save Montreal from Calgary, because I don't think, no matter how well Ottawa does, I don't think they're going to make up the difference.
Let's go.
But like them playing Calgary, if they play Calgary like they have all this season, might save the Habs playoff hopes.
Dude.
So the Habs are depending on the Ottawa Senators.
That's freaking funny.
Their playoff spot at this point, because I mean Vancouver is a whole other thing. Like I don't even know.
Let's talk about that. So
a team with the hardest schedule for the rest of the season.
So now let's talk about this. So let's just roll into the North here. We've been talking about it now anyway. So we roll into the North. So the Canucks, they had, and I didn't realize it was this freaking long. It didn't feel like this long. 24 days.
Yeah.
Since they've played a game. That's a long freaking time.
Almost.
We're starting to be like, NHL, we probably can't just have 2 days of practice and then start playing again.
Yeah, so it's been 24 days, or I think maybe it was 24 days from the article I read, but it's been a long GD time. Due to Corona, they had 20 plus players with the coronavirus test positive. I don't know how many people actually had symptoms. I'm sure it was probably.
From everything I've been reading, there's been at least like a handful that had like pretty serious cases of it. And like, I mean, there was a JT Miller quote where he was like, it was something along the lines of like, I don't see how guys who are having a hard time breathing going upstairs are going to be playing hockey games in like a week.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like that the NHL is because it's the NHL is making them come back and play games.
Yeah,
somehow.
Which, like, I honestly think what's going to end up happening with these postponements that have happened since, because wasn't there supposed to be like a couple this weekend, and then they were like, wait,
has tomorrow's been postponed?
I don't know. Well, there was a Saturday one that at least was, right?
Yeah, as far as I can tell right now, they are playing tomorrow against the Leafs.
God, well, I don't know about that. Like, honestly, why didn't you just like, all right, give them another week, I guess, and then just say we're not putting all 19 games in. We're gonna give you like 9 or 10.
No, that's not.
And then we'll do the like draft lottery odds with like winning percentage or something. Like,
yeah, I don't.
What are we doing here? There's like, especially like if they have games against Ottawa. Then extra, what are we doing?
Play them.
I'll check right now. I think they do. I don't think they've played them much this season.
And the shitty thing is they were coming up. They were maybe gonna make a play for that spot.
Yeah, but even if you try to get all those
now
games
it's too late.
In this much time, there's no way they're gonna win. Like that team in that situation isn't gonna win the game. Like,
no,
so
they're not getting into the playoffs.
They have 4 games against Ottawa coming up.
Like those don't need to be played.
Yeah.
There's just I think the smarter play and really the kinder play would be just not have them play.
Yeah.
They don't need to play.
It's
not going to. Yeah, I mean,
it's a bit of a mess.
It is. Which, this
Canadian division is just
that's the thing. So much, dude. Remember towards the beginning you were like, Canadian division still hasn't had Still hasn't had a positive case.
Yeah, well, then Canada went ahead and is just not having a great time right now, COVID-wise. Like Ontario is...
Ontario.
Quebec's starting to get a bit of a handle on it, and then BC is like the West Coast hotspot for them. So Vancouver.
Yep. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Hoping for the best there.
Eventually, everybody in the States will have theirs, and they'll start shipping vaccines up there, and hopefully everybody will, be feeling good after that. But yeah, so the final count is 19 games for the Canucks, by the way, is 19 games in 32 days if they were going to finish out 56.
Which,
that's like 10 back-to-backs, I think.
I saw there was a mocked up schedule and it was ludicrous. It was at most you would have a day off between games, and then there was back-to-back stuck in there every once in a while, and I'm just like, man. It's not gonna happen.
It just won't. It's just not smart.
It
doesn't make sense. It's not gonna help anything. I don't know. But we're gonna move on. Where should we actually wait, Nick? I forgot to consult with you about your Sens. How do you feel about your Sens? We've heard Benny talk about the Canadians, and we'll go back to him in a second because I'm sure he's got more.
I mean, no, they didn't feel like playing hockey today, so I don't really feel like talking about them.
Okay.
Today.
Nick, would you like to talk about today?
Talk about today's game. I didn't watch it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Nicholas.
You might have enjoyed this one.
Yeah, you probably would have.
So they're playing okay.
They're doing Sens things.
They got 34. So the hot take of them sneaking in is not going to happen. They've got 34 points right now, but they could jump past Vancouver easily.
Vancouver's at 35.
They probably will.
But they've also got way more games. Like Vancouver's got a truckload of games, like we just talked about.
Yeah.
So, and Ottawa is the second highest, or is the highest games played. Nope. Yeah, they're tied with the Jets with the most games played in the North. So, I don't know. They're doing okay. They're doing what I expect, and their young guys are looking good. Hopefully,
they are.
I mean, Murray just came back a couple days ago.
Gets a hot shutout.
Played a kind of a crappy game his first game back and lost 3-2, and then shut out the Canadians, which is good to see because he didn't play that good at the beginning of the season. So he's had a nice long break. Hopefully it leads into old Matt Murray of
classic Matt Murray. 16, 17?
16.
Was that their back-to-back?
2016 and 2017, yeah.
That'd be nice, eh?
I don't really know what they got in return for those trades at the deadline. Probably picks or something.
Just picks mostly, yeah.
But, they're picking.
You'll take that.
Their picks have proven to be fairly decent over the last few years. So
true that.
You go from there. It's hard to really talk about them because it's kind of the same story every week. But
that your new college player, somebody Pinto, I don't remember his first name.
Oh yeah, he got a point.
He had a point, and he looked all good all game today. So there's that.
I'm waiting for Jake Sanderson to come back or come in. He's still playing. Yeah. I think he just wrapped up his college season. He's supposed to be coming in next year.
The Habs have Caulfield up with them, but can't play him because of cap things. Because Ben Sherratt came back onto the active roster, and that fucked everything up. So they literally can't make any movement right now for some reason. I don't really know how that works, but that's what all the reporters are saying. So I guess Caulfield's just there to practice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get some skate time.
I don't know why you bring him up on a team that's doing this. I don't really.
Because Marc Bergevin wants to keep his job.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he has to still show some progress, right? If you can bring him up and he can do something, win him a game or two, maybe.
They're getting to the point where, right now,
and now with Galley out. They're trying to weather that. They're trying to weather that, and it's just very clearly not happening.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking up there?
Oh, same as you, buddy.
Nice. I thought I recognized that.
So basically, Bergevin just was like, Cole, listen, Ben Sherratt, he's going to show you how it's done. Take a seat on the bench. Let the big boy show you.
Let the big boy. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what.
Even though he's a defenseman.
I don't know. No.
Yeah,
I don't know, Mike. I don't really have a lot to say about him.
All right. Well, let's go, Eric. Let's go to you. They've slid. They've slid a touch.
The East, yeah, the Isles are on a little bit of a slide. 2 of those games were against Boston, and I guess the Taylor Hall curse isn't working at the moment.
Not yet. You give it time.
Yeah, give it some time. But yeah, so the Islanders have had a phenomenal season series against the Bruins. They beat them 5 times, and I think now they lost 2 in a row to them. I don't know if they play again. I think they might play one more time.
Okay.
But the Islanders, to be honest, I haven't really watched much of their games either. But the big thing, just when you look at the score sheet, like as an Islanders fan, defensively, they're usually okay. Like the Bruins, like they got 3 on them. It's nice. It's pretty nice. Like the puck is in the Islanders zone, and I'm like, oh, they'll probably have a clean zone exit.
A clean breakout.
Yeah.
Oh my days!
Holy shit! I don't think I've seen one of those in weeks.
Yeah. Oh god. So they lost 4-1 and then 3-0. So I think the 4-1 there was an empty netter, but again, it's like I don't know. It's just Varlamov and Sorokin have had solid years, and they no offensive support. That's what it comes down to. And when the Islanders go through streaks like that, it makes me nervous because it's like, guys, like that will be their downfall in playoffs if they cannot score. And that is why, again, they bring in Kyle Palmieri and Zajac.
Not that they're 2 prolific scorers, but they're at least.
But like
Palmieri has some scoring touch.
Yeah.
Travis Zajac not so much, but
he's gonna get it.
Forgot, guys.
Travis
Zajac's gonna play with Cal Clutterbuck, and they're gonna just wreck on that.
Oh my god!
Yes.
There's only one Cal Clutterbuck.
Travis Zajac.
You put Zajac and Clutterbuck together, they're a wrecking crew.
Maybe Barry Trotz, if you're watching, try it out. No.
Do it.
Try it out.
Interesting tidbit though, guys. Palmieri went to the All-Star game a few years back. I forgot about that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they always are so insistent on getting one from every
each team.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like,
more so at this. But at the same time, like, you have to be kind of good to go to the All-Star game.
Yes.
You gotta be the best player on your team at least.
Yeah. So like, because like, if you're on the one of the worst teams in the NHL, if you're the best player on it, you're a really good player. In my opinion. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about the Isles. They have a tough schedule. So this is their end of the season schedule. If I can hold on, let me pull this up here.
I hope they play some against the Bruins and then can take those games because I really want to see the Rangers sneak in, steal that 4th spot, and just say fuck you to the Bruins on getting Taylor Hall.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Oh my god, that would be funny.
That would
be funny. I actually wasn't thinking that. I was thinking that I wanted the Rangers to get in there, but
all right. So, all right. I want to get to the Rangers.
The Bruins right now.
Yeah, I want
to get to the Rangers in a second.
Yeah,
but so the Islanders play the Rangers and the Capitals. So they play. Let's see, they play Philly tomorrow, but then they play Washington 4 more times, and the Rangers 5 more times. So they got the Rangers and Washington. So that's packed. They end the season playing Rangers. Buffalo and the Devils, 4 games, 2-2, and then their last game of the season is against Boston. So they got a pretty tough schedule coming up in the sense that these teams that they're playing are like fighting for either playoff positioning or to get in the case of the Rangers.
Yeah.
And I think the funny thing, so because the Bruins beat the Isles 2 games in a row, the Rangers are trying to catch Boston right now, and because the Bruins won 2 in a row, it's making it a little bit harder for the Rangers to do that.
Yeah.
So essentially
tough too. So like if they drop a couple games against the Rangers, they only got 8 points in hand against them, right?
Yep.
So the Bruins are right on the backs of the Islanders.
Yeah.
So if they skid, the Rangers take some. It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. I think I do have more confidence that the Isles aren't going to go like they don't go on long skids a lot. I know anything.
You better knock on wood. You better knock on wood right now, buddy.
I did. I know. I've been a pessimistic Islander fan my entire life. I like being a little bit optimistic. But the Rangers, I definitely think the Rangers could squeak in because the Bruins, but Rask is healthy now. I think that was a big thing for the Bruins. Rask is healthy, and if Taylor Hall can do stuff, then
the weird thing with the Bruins though, so like it seems like they've lost, like they'll lose Pasternak for a few games, or then they'll lose Marchand for a few games, and then lose Krejci for a couple games, and it's just like one of those guys seems like they're out all the time, so it's not helping them at all.
Are they hurt or is it healthy scratch?
I don't know.
Healthy scratch would be dumb. So I hope they're hurt.
Of those guys.
Like I was thinking maybe they're trying to rest him, but like you're not comfy in a spot, so you can't really.
Yeah.
Also, Rangers are 7-1-2 in their last 10. So
yeah,
wow.
They're hot.
Them.
They're doing stuff. They have been playing Buffalo and the Devils, but they're winning.
Adam
those
Fox.
Adam Fox. Fox for Norris.
No.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No. Well,
They
no,
probably could. If they make the playoffs,
yeah, that is true.
it'll be a strong contender, I think.
Yeah.
Buffalo, by the way, unfortunately, mathematically eliminated.
Oh, when did that happen?
No.
Today, I believe. Was that today?
I mean,
yeah, it was today. Danielle said
that makes sense.
yes.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate. Also, New Jersey doing much worse than I thought.
Yeah.
They are 5 points ahead of Buffalo. Yep.
Oh no.
They only have 3 more wins.
Ooh, I didn't realize. I knew they weren't having an
right
awesome season, but like I didn't know.
They're doing bad, dude.
Oh no.
It ain't
Yeah,
good.
they have 34 points right now. They were doing good too.
I think they were doing all right, but they must.
Maybe they had like a
right,
decent
Oh,
start to the year.
1-7-2 in their last 10. I see.
Ooh, ooh, no.
It doesn't help that they don't have like a great goalie. What?
Oh, a 5 losing streak as well. Sick.
Eesh.
Yikes. That's
All right, let's talk about the Central. You guys ready to move there, or do you have anything else on the East?
One thing I will say, Pittsburgh just quietly in second place. Washington's looking really good, and Pittsburgh got Jeff Carter.
Oh yeah,
that's another win in my book for a trade. Only because Pittsburgh, for some reason, they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna trade for this guy, and then they're just good every time.
Yeah,
because it's
that's
Pittsburgh.
I mean,
That's
Jeff Carter's always fairly
He's-
decent.
I was gonna say he's
I'm
also
alright.
I'm surprised though. So like, I know we talked about it. I'm surprised that like Quick didn't get dealt somewhere. I know a lot of teams aren't really shopping goalies right now.
no
but
one wants him.
it's just it's just because his
combo of he hasn't been that awesome, and I think he has a pretty big contract.
yeah, his contract's a little big for what he does.
Seattle, bud. See you later.
Seattle. You mean you don't think Fleury's gonna end up in
Rejuvenate him.
Seattle to be
still
there?
kinda
Fleury
young.
can go just kickstart another team.
He starts franchises. That's what he does. All right, let's go to the Central. What the frig is going on with the Central?
What is going on with the Central?
So as of you know what? I'm gonna refresh because I always forget to refresh and then my stuff is wrong. Aha!
Panthers.
See, it was different.
Oh.
Refresh, bud. So Carolina is up top with 62 points. My days.
My goodness.
Florida just beat the Lightning and jumped ahead of them, 61 points. And Tampa is at 60 points. So Tampa does have a game in hand on Florida, and Carolina actually has 2 games in hand on Florida and 1 on Tampa. So quite interesting. Carolina with the least amount of games played, except for Dallas.
Yeah. And then that 4th spot, that's just going to be I feel like it's just going to be a Dallas, Chicago, Nashville. Like,
yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna. I bet
until the very end of the
last
year.
spot's gonna come down to the last game of the season.
That's what it is.
Whoever wins
It's gonna
that
be
last game
close.
is probably gonna get that spot. Because Dallas, like you said, Dallas is down 3 games, four games to
3 and
Nashville
4
right now.
games, yeah.
But they're only 5 points behind them. So Dallas next week, if Dallas plays good, they could take that spot.
Yep.
Right.
Good.
But also if Nashville plays bad.
Yeah. But
if Chicago plays
Dallas,
bad,
he
then
should be getting. If Sagan's not back, he should be soon.
I hope he does soon because I would like some points.
I know. I saw you pick him up.
Had him.
I grabbed him and stuffed him on my IR.
Yeah,
Hey guys. Oh, sorry.
Their
Nick,
big
go.
thing is like I think they got to get Bishop. They got to get Bishop in there. Not that he's. I don't know. Like, what would you want to like?
Jesus.
Okay, you're a GM to a team, and Bishop's been out all season long. Are you like relying on putting this guy in? And okay, right here, Bishop and Raju are out the remainder of the season.
I was gonna say I don't think Bishop's
Bishop
coming back.
isn't coming back.
No.
They're gonna have to rely on whatever their goalies are.
Yeah.
I think
Doesn't
Chicago.
help for Raju either.
I think Chicago. That's who I think.
You think Chicago's gonna take that from Nashville?
I think so.
Be the one? That wouldn't shock me.
Patrick Kane's been sneaky good this year too.
As always.
Dude, we could be looking at a Battle of Florida in the first round.
That'd be cool.
For the first time in a long freaking time. It might be the first time ever, actually. I don't think they've ever met up in the
playoffs.
I do not know on my off the top of my head.
Because
It
Florida
very well
doesn't
could
go to the playoffs very often.
That is very true. That is very true. So that could be fun to watch.
James Reimer. They better freaking hoist that guy, make a bust of that guy, and just like
James Reimer.
In Carolina.
Oh.
He was in Florida for a couple of years.
Was he?
He's in Carolina right now, yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he's owning in Carolina right now.
He has been.
So who's Florida's goalie then? I thought
Chris Drieger.
No.
Drieger, baby.
That
He's
that came out of everything this year.
He's the one that's been helping him. Although it was Bobrovsky that won today. Did pretty well.
Who's got Brian Elliott? Is that Carolina
Philly.
as well?
Philly.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Philly
that sounds Philly.
Brian
to me.
Elliott and
Do you ever do you guys get that? Because I don't know names as well, but some names are said, and then I picture the jersey. And
yeah, there
that's
definitely
how I
are
know.
guys
Like,
that
that's
I
how
have more of an association.
I don't
with.
picture jerseys.
That's
I can
how I
picture
see it.
faces. I don't know
Jeez.
why.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I have no
I
idea.
got a
what
good
Brian
name to
Elliott
face
looks like.
recognition going on in my brain.
Oh,
Yeah, you
good
could
for
not. I
buddy.
could not even come close to telling you what the face of Brian Elliott looks like right now.
I would assume he looks like a human being. That's about it.
Got that down.
Hey guys, real quick, can we all hit the F on our keyboards for the Columbus Blue Jackets? Because we're called the Fifth Line Podcast.
I'm not gonna hit F because I don't want something weird to happen. But
they
yeah,
have
dude.
39 points. They have 39 points.
Yeah, I think they're
Yeesh.
out of it.
They did sell.
They're out of it.
They did sell pretty hard, so I think they also
have a
know that they're out
negative
of it.
36 goal differential. My
Yeah,
goodness.
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Wait, how
They're
about the Habs?
They're
now?
my
Tell them
disappointment
that
of the Central.
They're
For
plus
sure.
six
Sens are
still?
42.
What's that, Nick?
Goal differential. The Sens are
Oh,
42.
Jesus.
Minus
Negative
42,
42.
dang.
Yeah.
At least they're not
So
the
is
worst. The
Detroit.
Sabres are.
Yeah. At least they're not the worst isn't as compelling of an argument this year when Buffalo exists.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, so the Bolts. Let me talk about my Bolts for a second. 5-5-0 in the last 10. I'm not happy.
Okay.
I'd take it.
Listen, that's not bad for a normal team, but
I'd
like,
fucking take it.
as I've said before, that should not be a thing for the Lightning.
I mean, but still, do you remember the last time they went into a playoffs just destroying worlds? Do you remember last time, Mike?
I do, but they don't have to play that team this year.
Oh, there we go.
No, I know, but like they got to play still. They should be trying to get home ice advantage at least. Because right now they don't have it.
Which is weird to think about with the Lightning. Like,
yeah,
when's the last time they made the playoffs and not had home ice?
It's been a while.
That's nuts.
It's been a while. Yeah. So I mean, they're doing all right. The play just has been not how it should be. It's been very like sloppy and yeah. But one of the bright spots is Ross Colton. What a beast! He's a rookie.
Who the hell is that? I was gonna say.
17 games played. He's got 8 goals, 3 assists in 17 games.
Wow.
Playing on the fourth line. Yeah,
Good for him.
He's averaging like 10 minutes a game, and he's
Sounds
got
like a fun
8
little
goals.
player.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. As of now. But yeah, so that's one of the bright spots, and hopefully they can pick it up.
Question actually. For you, how many in that 5-5 span? How many starts did McElhinney get? Because that is important.
Oh my days! Let me look. Now here's the thing: McElhinney did lose a game the other night.
Like 7 to something. Didn't he lose a game like 6 something or 7?
McElhinney did lose a game the other night. it was very bad. It was not all his fault.
Okay.
They were just not.
The Lightning were not playing very well. The Nashville game he started, there's no way he played this one. It was probably one.
Oh.
To be honest with you, he probably played one game.
Well, Vasi's also been put through it a bit this year in terms of hasn't he been playing like a lot?
He plays
of games?
a lot. He plays a lot. Yeah, he's. Let's see. He does. They do lean on him, but they've done that for a while. They've always leaned on their top goalie. But Vasi also likes to play a lot, I think.
Take it as a fan of 2014, 2015 Carey Price. That works for a stretch of time.
Yeah. He's young.
And then
so he's played 33 of whatever they're at right now, 44, I believe. So
that's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games. 26, 6-1.
That's a really good record, though. Holy shit.
That's changed now. It'll be 26, 7-1.
Still, that's stupid.
He's a freaking beast. And he had, I saw it today, and unfortunately it ended today. He was in second, I think, for the longest winning streak at home to start a season. He had not lost at home yet. Wow. He was 14. Wow. He was 14-0 at home.
That's nuts.
He's now 14-1, unfortunately. But yeah, I can't be too sad. They're still up there. They need to play better. They need like Florida or Carolina to skid a little bit. But my God, it doesn't look like they're gonna. I can't believe they've continued their play. Florida especially. All right.
Yeah, they kind of came out of nowhere this year. Like they've always kind of been hanging around, being like they should have been better than they were, and then they finally like actually took a bit of a jump this year.
I don't know what it is, but I guess
they have a good coach.
Joel Quenneville, is he new this year?
No, I know they had him. They've had him the last couple of, but like he's kind of had a little bit of time to sort of build it with them now a little bit, also, Bobrovsky was. They didn't have a Chris Drieger last year, and Bobrovsky was terrible last year.
That's true.
And even though Bobrovsky's kind of turned it around a little bit this year, they've also had Chris Drieger, and that helps.
Well, let's see. Real quick before we move on, I'd like to check here. Chris Drieger, 12-5-3, 927 save percentage, 209 goals against average. Yep,
that's pretty good.
What's Bobrovsky?
That's him.
Bobrovsky, I'm curious.
Not that. Sergei Bobrovsky. He is 15-7-2.
Yeah. See, they had nothing close to like I know because most of Drieger's hot stretch was early in this season, and then I knew Bobrovsky had kind of been coming on as the years continued. They didn't have good Bobrovsky last year at all.
Yeah, that's true.
And then on top of that, this year they have Chris Drieger. So there you have Florida's wins.
Bobrovsky actually is 16-7-2. I keep forgetting to add that from the game that just happened.
Yeah.
285 goals against, only a 907 save percentage. So he's not really great.
But he's
W's in like 2 years.
What's that?
What are they gonna do in like 2 years?
Oh, I don't know. That contract's gonna be dog shit for the rest of it. Probably,
it's already terrible. Well, what do you mean? Gonna be?
Yeah. I agree with that, but I guess what my point is, we know they got those two guys who played the juniors in the World Juniors, right?
Yeah.
So what are they gonna do with those guys? Are they just gonna? What do you do? You're a GM. What do you do?
You develop your goalies in the A.
Yeah.
Get them good. You lean on Bobrovsky because he's getting paid the sun and the moon.
You have to. You'll never move that
Chris
contract.
Drieger.
Yeah, you got to move Drieger for something probably.
Oh, you think they move him?
Well,
I think they move Drieger, but then they got to pick between one of these young goalies too. They got to make a decision on, okay, we're going to keep one and we're going to deal one.
It's never. It's also. I mean, it's never a bad idea to have a lot of goalies. And like goalies,
as proved by the Avalanche,
goalies sometimes take very different times to develop and like have very different. Like goalies are very unique to each player in terms of how quickly they become what they are.
Yep.
So I honestly think they could keep both of them within their system. I think more than likely though, Chris Drieger would be the one on the outs just because. You're not going to move Bobrovsky's contract probably, and you're still going to go with the younger guys like going forward. In the end.
The frig?
If you can somehow find a way to get rid of Sergei Bobrovsky's contract, then that's your answer. Because holy shit, that cap hit not being there would be very helpful. But
$10 million cap hit. His salary is $12 million. Wow.
He's doing okay this year, but he got paid to do that last year.
Yeah, but even what he's doing now.
Believe me, I know. The same thing is happening with Carey Price.
Actually, that's true. That's very true. All right, let's talk about the West real quick. It's the same thing, except that fourth spot is Arizona's now.
Interesting.
Yep, they've come in. They've come in hot.
Do they have Kemper back yet?
No idea. Haven't watched.
I know nothing about Arizona this year yet.
But Colorado is 19 points ahead of Arizona.
Holy shit.
They are solidly up there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Them in Vegas are pretty solid.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yep. And even Minnesota, I'd say, is fine.
Yeah, Minnesota's not going to get caught, I don't think. Wow.
I think
Minnesota, good for them. Yeah. I never would have called that, like, of any of the teams, never would have called that. I maybe would have thought maybe they could sneak in on the fourth, but like they're solidly competing with teams this year.
Minnesota is where we all said St. Louis would be.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, we all look stupid.
The state of hockey.
From what I know, St. Louis has been pretty injury plagued this year. I think, if I heard correctly.
Interesting.
And Binnington sucks.
There's that too.
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard Eric say on this.
Fuck you, Jordan Binnington. You suck.
I want to say that because Binnington strikes me as the type of person, if he's like, hey, this dude on a podcast that gets 10 viewers said I suck, I'm going to go stick swing at him.
Yeah, he's going to come find you and he's going to fake punch you.
Binnington needs to cool the fuck off, but...
I'm going to dig up, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to dig up the spot where we all picked our playoff people at the beginning, and I'm going to bring that in.
I think it's going to be quite bad.
It's going to be god awful. I already know mine's terrible. It's not. The West is still pretty much the same. Arizona's got that fourth spot now. San Jose is 5 points outside of that spot, so they're not out of it. They just got to catch fire.
Okay.
And then they'll get smoked by Colorado.
Let's go, Martin Jones. Pick it up.
Martin Jones carries them to
Martin Jones, you
conference
suck.
finals.
God, whoever gets that fourth spot, I just bend over, boys. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, because you're about to get fucked by whoever.
McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog. Grubauer will probably get in on the action.
Yeah, I mean, against a Colorado team that has their players this year. Like last year, they didn't have any of those guys.
And Arizona, Colorado replay from last playoffs. That was so bad. Darcy Kemper got them one game in that series, and then it was over in 5.
That's unfortunate there.
Ooh, it was not good. I can't imagine it going any better this year either.
Oh, no. God. The Avalanche have looked more like... I think the Avalanche look more likely to win than the Lightning this year. I would say.
Which, you can't have it every year, Mike. God
yes,
damn.
I can. Dude, I want to repeat. Obviously, I want to repeat.
I mean,
we'll see.
Most fans would, but no, you don't get nice things twice, you fuck.
All right. Anybody else have anything on the West or anything hockey related?
Yes. I want to ask you guys real quick about just one trade. Jacob Vrana. To Detroit, and Richard Panik. I think that's a huge win for Detroit. I think Anthony Mantha
so much to Detroit.
I think Anthony Mantha is a great player, and the Caps could definitely use him in the playoffs for sure. But looking towards the future, Stevie Y, man,
him and Jacob Vrana aren't even like that far apart in production. They're just like a different style of player. Yeah, and then you also gave him a Richard Panik, which Detroit's another team where we'll take bodies. We need guys for these next couple of years. And then I think they got 2 picks along with it. I don't remember what they were, but it was something like a second and a third, or a third and a fourth, or something like that. Like Washington, I guess, really just wants to do stuff now, and Verona wasn't working with them. but I don't know, man.
Well, I think Washington sees the writing on the wall, right? Like, so I'm fairly certain Backstrom's contract is close to expiring. If not, it's this year.
Oh,
I think it might be this year.
Backstrom with 1,000 games, by the way.
No, it's Ovechkin is the one that's coming up. I think Backstrom.
I think they're both at the same time. I'm pretty sure they're both at the same time.
I might be very wrong, but I'm fairly certain Nicholas Backstrom just got a new contract.
So when did Stevie Y go to Detroit? Was that 17-18? Was that 2018?
No, I think it was. Was it?
It wasn't that long.
I thought it was after the 17. It might have been after the 17-18 season. Yeah, actually, you're right.
I think it was in 2018. So in like 4 years.
You're right, Ben.
Holy shit, he's getting paid $9. Holy fuck.
So in 4 or 5 years, if the Red Wings are sweet, we'll know, because it was because I believe he got there in 2010 into the Lightning. And then 8 years later, they were a powerhouse.
I think he is gonna do really well. Like, I think he is doing really well for Detroit.
I'm excited to see
I honestly want a good Detroit team again. It's more fun when they're good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Although a lot of people would probably disagree with that because they kind of
Detroit hasn't really been good since Datsuk left.
Yeah.
Right? Since that random year that Datsuk just kind of called it quits,
it kind of was
off.
Oh, bless you.
It kind of was the end of it. Thank you. The end of it, really.
God, I miss him.
They did a couple more, 2 or 3 more years of making the playoffs and making that streak a little longer. But then I think there was that last time, wasn't it? That series they just got fucking trounced by the Lightning, where they were trying, but it was a first round series against the Lightning, and the Lightning killed them in
that would have been
5 games or something.
That was probably 2015, or did they play the Habs
somewhere around then? 15 was the Habs in the second round.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it might have been that year. That was another year they were a freaking powerhouse, and then
I'm still salty about that 15 series against the Lightning because they went up 3-0 in a series by what the Lightning did by winning a game. Game 3, they scored to break the 2-2 tie with 1 second left.
I'm
in the
fairly
third period.
certain that it was old T-Dick as well.
It was.
Yep. What a beast.
And I was so mad. And they brought it to game 6. I thought for a goddamn second they were going to send it to 7. And if they had, I was going to be going to it in Montreal.
Oh, nice.
That would have been so cool.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Well.
All right, then. Welcome. We still don't have the jingle. That'll be next season. And, and the intro animation. To snack time with the boys. Okay. I will not
sound like Captain America theme.
It did I will not be producing the jingle. So this week, we previewed it last week. We're doing drinks this week, and there's a link down below to our Facebook group called the Fifth Liners, where you can post things and we can all have a merry time talking about things. So go check it out. Ask to be invited, and you may be invited. But I put a poll up there for what we're going to be discussing today, and it's Gatorade versus Powerade. Now, let me bring this up so I can check.
I'm looking at it right now.
Nick's looking at it right now.
Results? Because I'm not looking at it.
Nick, why don't you bring us the results, my friend?
So, granted, this got posted.
This was today,
earlier today. So there isn't a lot of people who have responded to it, and there isn't a lot of people in the Facebook group. True. There's 14, and there's 19 people in the group right now, and there's 14 people who saw it. We got 11 responses, and it was 9 votes for Gatorade, 2 votes for Powerade.
Were you one of the Powerade votes?
Of course,
I was. I was one of the Powerade votes, and my boy Trevor P was the other Powerade vote.
I don't know who that is, but Trevor, you're also wrong.
Okay, now I'm going to start this out, and I'm going to start this out by quoting my good friend Ben. Now, Ben, I believe you said it best last weekend when you were like, "There's only you something to the effect of there's only 2 sports drinks that you ever need."
Oh yeah,
The yellow Gatorade or the light blue Gatorade.
light blue,
It's
lemon
either
lime
lemon
and
lime
or
Glacier Freeze.
yeah.
It didn't focus, but these are the only.
I
two you
disagree.
need.
There's no need for anything other than those two.
It's very true. It's so true.
I disagree.
All right. Wait. I
Well,
want to hear.
let's-
All right. So we know the go-to Gatorades. So what are the
Yes.
go-to Powerades? Because I don't really know much about Powerade.
My opinion, there's 3
There
go-to
is no
Powerades.
go-to Powerade.
Yellow Powerade is not good.
No,
in
I
my
will
opinion.
agree with you
So-
there. It's not.
So I do not like yellow Powerade. I like yellow Gatorade. So I'm not like I'm not a solely I'm drinking Powerade person. I'll
Yeah.
drink Gatorade. The good Powerades are orange, and I know people don't like orange drinks, but orange Powerade's pretty good. My personal favorite's the blue,
Okay.
and the purple Powerade is the superior Powerade that's out there.
The superior grape flavor or the
Yep.
Powerade?
I think so. Does Gatorade have a grape flavor?
Yes,
They
but it's
do.
gross.
It's not great. Yeah.
But I'm like I would go out on a limb and say that Powerade beats Gatorade out on the grape flavor.
Very well.
I
could.
think every red flavored drink, Powerade or Gatorade, is trash.
Not a
and
fan.
not worth buying.
Not a fan.
But
Fruit punch Gator, isn't that what it's called? Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
but if I'm going to play, if I'm back in the day and I'm going to a basketball
Set
tournament
the scene. Set the scene.
and I need to get some drinks,
I'm sweaty as hell.
I'm gonna go get me an orange Powerade and a blue Powerade.
At a b-ball
See,
tournament.
My version of that was every time we'd play street hockey down at the fucking bus garage.
You'd get 2 of
I
those
would
big
get
bastards.
2 of the big bastards of the lemon lime.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we would always have our like we'd play for like 3 hours usually,
Yeah,
right?
it was a. It
Yeah,
was a
and we
long
would do
session.
we do like an hour and a half, stop for a sec, and then another hour and a half. And I would always have the first one in the stop for a sec, and then the second one after.
I do currently have some yellow lemon lime Gatorade in my fridge.
Nice. Very nice.
Let's
So-
go.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not anti Gatorade. I just enjoy the orange Powerade a lot.
All right.
Okay.
And I know I'm an outlier and you guys all like Gatorade, so fuck you.
Now, what I will say is, I've always gone Gatorade. It's just I think Gatorade's the best, but I will say that back in the day, the pink lemonade Powerade, I think is what it was called. That was good.
That existed.
I didn't either, and then one day I saw it and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. It was that one I liked, but that was the only one. And I also don't like blue, like blue whatever the blue flavor is for Powerade. I don't like it. This is like the only blue drink that I really like.
Blue
Like
Powerade
blue.
does definitely have a weird flavor. That was always like if I'm sick, I'm gonna drink Blue Powerade. It always just like settled my stomach for some reason.
Tasted somewhat like cough syrup.
I went ginger ale when I was sick.
Damn, let's go.
Yeah, that's how I settled my stomach. Ginger ale and soup,
Campbell soup.
chicken soup.
Oh yeah, Campbell's.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. What do you think, Eric?
Oh, I'm a Gatorade guy. Glacier Freeze.
Yep.
I have an
Freeze.
empty one.
It's a classic.
So what
Oh,
is
there
the
it is.
dark? Isn't there a dark blue Gatorade, or was there a
Yeah,
dark blue
don't bother
Gatorade-
with that one.
Yeah.
Gatorade
Yeah.
Cool Blue
Yeah.
sucks ass.
Don't do that one.
Yeah, Cool Blue sucks ass.
So I think.
The
all right,
worst
so
is
for,
when you get that accidentally thinking it's Glacier
Oh my
Freeze,
god,
but
that
anyway,
is the
Eric.
worst.
no, that Ben, no, that does suck. You're right.
That's a truth.
But yes, I do like. I don't know. I like lemon lime Gatorade and blue Gatorade. I wouldn't say like I have a top 3 Gatorade or anything. I usually just go for Glacier Freeze.
Same.
But Powerade, I really want to try the grape Powerade now because I haven't really found like a good grape
Nick
sports
hyping it
drink
up,
ever, and I'm curious now.
I haven't had it in a while. I know this was I'm going way back now. So back when we were in 5th grade,
Oh my god!
Dang.
were you weren't in my class. I was in Weasel's class.
I was in the plants class.
Okay.
I had Mrs. Helm.
So maybe he did this to you too. Remember, he used to ask somebody every day to go buy him a great Powerade out of the
I
vending
do
machine.
remember that. Yeah.
So that was when Great Powerade was really good, and we were like 12 maybe, 11.
Fifth grade, that makes us 10, I believe.
If that, yeah. So that was 14 years ago. If they changed their recipe on it, it might not be good anymore. But it was good back then.
What the hell, man?
Before we keep going, do you guys remember? This was also a long time ago. Do you remember G2? I think this was when Gatorade rolled out their low sugar Gatorade.
Yeah, it wasn't very
G2 versus like Gatorade Zero. So G2 had a cherry flavored, and I can't find pictures of this thing at all. Like they don't have anything. I've Googled it numerous times. There was this cherry G2 that was so freaking good, and I was like, I wanted to buy some. Kind of like
I forgot that line existed.
Kind of like how you buy Game Fuel, like that throwback Game Fuel sometimes. That was one drink that I loved, and I wanted to try and find it, and I cannot find that
G2 line. Yeah, dude, I honestly forgot that existed for a second.
When that throwback,
that's like Vault. Remember Vault the soda?
Yeah, that was I do but that got discontinued because it was like lowering guys' sperm count or something.
Oh no.
It was not good for you.
But that was those two drinks were right around the same time because I remember like Sunoco had them or not Sunoco. Yeah, Sunoco and Chateauguay had them.
Yeah. So. I'll tell you this. That Mountain Dew that you just mentioned, it was the OG Game Fuel Mountain Dew. It's citrus cherry. Best Mountain Dew flavor. Best Mountain Dew flavor. No, it's not even close.
What year was it that you bought a big box of it?
Oh, dude,
that was when Ben and I bought our Xboxes that year. That was Infinity War, not Infinity War, Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare. Yeah, it was that year I got some. But actually, when I went to the hospital with my stomach problem, Ben, you remember that?
Yes.
You were graduated by this point, Nick.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of it, and I drank too much. And that combined with other situations caused me to have some problems. So I had to go to the hospital.
Oh no!
But let me tell you, if this Mountain Dew comes back, I'm buying the whole stock.
He's drinking another case again. He doesn't care.
No, I'm buying a frig ton.
He's gonna buy a fucking cartload of it.
Just gonna ration it. I'm stockpiling it. Yeah.
We'll walk into Mike's apartment in the corner in his kitchen. He's just gonna have 17 12 packs of.
No, he's just literally just gonna have a pallet of it.
It's gonna be a wall. My walls. I will paper my walls in Mountain Dew.
Oh, Danielle will judge you.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It'll be one of her walls as well.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. Well, yeah.
Is Danielle right there? Get her input on this.
She's right here.
Powerade
all right,
decision.
Danielle, come here. No, you don't want to come here. What are your thoughts? Do you want to be on camera or no?
I don't care.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Gatorade versus Powerade? Here, I'll let you even hear them.
Ooh.
Oh, Danielle's getting her first appearance on the Fifth Line podcast. Hello.
Hi. I don't know. I like Gatorade better.
Okay.
Nick, you're outnumbered.
What?
And what's your flavor choice?
So I like my flavors change. So like when I was younger, I liked the orange the best.
Okay.
But then when I got to college, I liked the yellow and the blue. But when I was little, the orange flavor made my parents gave to me when I was sick. I don't know. So so that was the remedy for my sickness, I guess.
So if you end up listening, you will hear that the orange Powerade is indeed my favorite of the sport drink.
Powerade sucks. Haha.
Whatever, dude.
Get rigged. Haha.
Burn.
Hot take, and she drops a fucking hot take and she just eats it.
Fuck you, bye.
Okay,
that's pretty normal for mine and Danielle's relationship. She'll come in and be like, Nick, you suck. Fuck you. I'm out.
It is. Well, that's because you call her old all the time.
Yeah.
It's true.
Most of your jokes do kind of center around that. Like in the 2 days I was there, goddamn.
Also, Powerade sucks is not a hot take.
No, it isn't.
I disagree.
That's just the correct one.
No, I think Powerade's fine, but it's just inferior in my opinion to Gatorade.
So, guys, I feel like the consensus we should come to is that some flavors of Powerade are good and some flavors of Gatorade are good, and we can all live in peace and harmony.
Flavors.
Both do have
Don't come in here with your reason and logic, Eric. God damn.
This is not what we pay you for.
Oh wait, in that case, Gatorade all the way. Screw Powerade.
So for our listeners, while we're talking about this discussion here, drop a comment in the comment section.
Yeah.
I want to know. I assume most of you are Gatorade fans, but what is your flavor choice of each or which brand is?
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know your favorite, either Powerade, Gatorade, and your favorite. Oh Jesus!
Good Lord!
We got it. I think we got it.
Your favorite.
Your favorite choice.
I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of lemon limes down there if we get some comments. But anyway, I think that's gonna end this episode off, unless anybody has anything else they'd like to say. Looks like no.
I think no.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We hope to see you next time. Peace.